Hey everyone, it is me, it is Tisha with It's Hanson Fans Fired Up, and today I want to have a little chit chat about the Hanson community. So Hanson has a very unique community and fans. I have never really seen a fandom like Hanson's. A lot of their fans just feel so connected to them because a lot of us have been fans since 1997. And Hanson has created a really interesting way to keep fans together that I really haven't seen on any other artist kind of platform, where it is truly interactive. It is truly a community. They really bridge people together, especially through Hanson.net. That is something that they have. It's their official website. And when you get on Hanson.net, you are able to connect with so many different people through forums, through the street team, through information, finding merchandise. It truly is a central spot for fans. But then you have these other subcategories where you can go on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and they have a whole lot of other micro groups that are not related to Hanson, but by fans. And with all of this connection and connecting, people ended up being into a very, very tight-knit group of community where you can have a best friend all the way in London that you communicate and talk to, or you could have a friend, you live in Wisconsin, and you can have a best friend who's all the way in New York inside the fandom, because that's how people are connected. And a lot of these fans get together also for events that Hanson has put together. One of them is called BTTI, which means Back to the Island. What that is they put on this like 5-6 days. You go to Jamaica and you just immersed into like this Hanson world. They also have something called Hanson Day in May, where a lot of fans go to, and this is where you are able to hear music from the band that's coming up. You're able to meet the band, you're able to go to concerts and meet and greets, and have all these sorts of activities in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they're from. So Hanson does such a really awesome thing about getting their fans connected and keeping them connected. And I think that's one of the things that keeps Hanson growing, is that tight-knit community that they have. Now, with that being said, there are some positives and there are definitely some cons. And I always say, if you're going to be a part of a Hanson community, you need to be a strong person, because you can encounter negative feelings from people. You can definitely have hard feelings towards people. You may have some fans who believe differently than you do, but that's what makes the Hanson community so great, is that we're all connected through loving and admiring Hanson's music, but yet a lot of us can be completely different. So that could be like a con, because you probably might think that all Hanson fans think alike, but they don't. Everyone is individual. Everyone has their own personality, and yes, we're connected through the music, but we are all separate. Another reason why I say you have to be strong within a community, because I do believe for myself that there is such a thing as called passive or aggressive bullying, and it happens quite often in the community. It's something that people don't talk about, because I feel like some people get really scared to communicate and talk about that within the Hanson community, that there is bullying and that there is passive or aggressive bullying, because people want to just share the love of the music. But you do have these pockets where you have some fans that get very, very territorial of Hanson, of their content, of their music, and they are very vocal about it, and they can be very passive aggressive. And I myself have been on the end of being bullied within the Hanson community, or having passive aggressive bullying towards me. And in 2005, I ended up leaving what they call the Fandom, because it was crazy. And then in 2021, I literally just dived back into the community after COVID, and I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the first time, and went to Listener's Choice in January. So I literally just ran straight into the fandom, here I am, take me as I am. But I've always been a fan of Hanson, followed their music, was also on Hansonet, was keeping up with them, but I just didn't get too much involved with the fandom, because sometimes it can get kind of scary. And so I have recently within the last 4 to 6 months, have experienced some form of passive aggressive bullying. And it's so interesting. It comes off as, well, I know someone who knows someone who is a friend to someone on their official team. And so I know, to me, that's passive aggressive bullying, because what you're trying to say is that I know Hanson and you don't know Hanson, or you're trying to make yourself appear that you're so close to the band, but you're just like everybody else, just fans who are enjoying their music. Yeah, you may have a friend that has a friend that has a friend that might be a friend to one of the backup guitarists for Hanson, but it doesn't mean that you're any closer to Hanson than the next fan is. I have also had people I've heard of, and I know, and I've also seen that people will stalk other fans' pages, and if they see something that they don't like, they'll go to a Hanson group that may have a lot of members to it, and they're like, hey, I saw on this profile, and the next thing you know, you go to that group and you're blocked, or you've been booted out, or you've been kicked out, because you have other fans who will go on to your Facebook page or your Instagram page, and they'll stalk it out, and then they'll run to whoever they want to run to and say some things that are out of context. And next thing you know, you're like, why am I blocked from A, B, C, D, E, F, G? And how come I was blocked from this group? And it's because people do crazy stuff like that. Instead of enjoying the music like we should be doing, you have this pocket of fans that who believe that they have power within the Hanson community somehow, that they will block people, or to do things like that, or block them from joining a group, or telling another group leader something that's not of Hanson's official website, but these Facebook, Instagram groups. And the next thing you're like, this is so weird. Are we still 15? I thought that we were in our 30s. I can't believe we're still playing that game of, I don't like you, so I'm gonna kick you out of my group because I don't like you. It's what? What Twilight Zone am I living in? I left the fandom in 2005 because I thought oh, this is too much. Now it's 2021, and the same games are still being played by the same people. So it's what is going on? Are we not growing up? How come we just can't be in the community together and love one another? Sorry for my rant, but that's my rant, is that community means love. Community means acceptance. Community also means that there may be people who are different. We may have people in the fandom that truly have cognitive delays, or they could have autism, they could have been suffering a loss from their husband, or a death in the family, and sometimes we're human, so sometimes things can get overlooked, things can get missed out, and then we're also talking about in a day and age where we're texting and making comments, and you may have in your mind how a comment was meant, and it could be totally different, and then you've taken it to all the way from A, and you've gone all the way to Z without getting the context. And the next thing you know, you're like blocking fans and you're telling people stuff about their page and you don't even have the right information. So Hanson has this very, very, very unique community where people just automatically feel like either they own Hanson or they own their rights or they own their content, and you will hear that a lot. Well, I've been a fan since 1997. It's like, okay girl, so have I. Me too. And you don't see me acting all crazy, so calm down. Have several seats in the back. Because your energy is just, I don't like it. Calm down, girl. Or guy. Enjoy the music. And stop causing division within the community, because that's what it is. When you start to do things like that, like say, this person's not good enough for my group, that person's not good enough for my group, I don't like that person, what you're truly are doing is you're causing division within a community that doesn't need to have division. We are all fans. We are all part of this community. So bottom line is, where's the love, y'all? Where's the love, okay? Like, we need to practice what the guys have been saying in their lyrics. Let's share some love here. It doesn't have to be a competition, because it's not. We can all just like get together and have fun and enjoy the music and like, you know, rock out. So, sorry for my rant, but the community is interesting and it's unique and it's different, but it could be a lot of fun. And I have definitely met some very awesome, very cool people, and I'm going to be teaming up with them again for Hanson Summer Series, and I cannot wait, because you know what? I love having fun, especially with my Hanson peeps. It's like, hey. But anyway, keep this community positive. Keep it flowing with good energy. And you know what, guys? Have fun, be weird, and rock out. This is my rant. I don't know why I went on this rant today, but it is my rant for the day. And everyone out there, be you, be brave, and remember, it is okay to be a little bit weird.